going on, Jack Sauce? Eric here, and it's finally time. Advent season is upon us. The calendar is here a little late. Like I said, unfortunately, I just am getting over the wonderful respiratory something that's been going around here in Chicago. Pretty much everywhere is what I understand. My sister up in the UP got it as well. But we're feeling great. We got a good week's worth of rest. A good NyQuil sleep, man. When you're sick, there's nothing quite like it. But we're here, we're on the mend, and we're ready to do this, man. You know I love this time of year. It's my favorite thing to do as far as the beer world goes. At least for me, I enjoy it. Hope you do too. Jackson, we have the Toys for Tots motorcycle parade going on right now outside our home. Jackson is hiding, but he is here in spirit here. You will see him in many videos because we have 24 days, well, 23 days, 21 days, I can't do math, 21 days left of this thing. We're going to do 3 beers today because we have to catch up. Bitter Pops has once again released a beautiful, beautiful Advent calendar for us to try. 24 beers in 24 days. We already went through that. I'm not doing the math again. You know, I am a sucker for advertising. Look how beautiful this box is. When you open it up, it is empty because, of course, I have to chill my beers. Look at this. It's beautiful marketing. Bitter Pops, you do a great job. And I know what is in the box is going to be even better. Let's just jump into this, man. I don't want to make these too long. Once again, beautiful marketing. The boxes come 2 12-packs, different beers all over the place. Listen, I'm not going to lie. Usually I just go into these blind, and I have gone into these blind. I just know some of the breweries that are in there. And this year is very, very different from what they've done in the past, or at least the last year that I did it, where it was pretty much all Chicago beers. This year I saw a lot of breweries I didn't recognize, so I kind of looked up the breweries, not the beers that are in the box, but the breweries, and they are from all over the place. So I'm very, very excited. There's going to be a lot of different styles, a lot of different regions. This is a beer geek's dream come true. So let's get into it. Day 1, guys. Day 1 of the Advent calendar. It's always the hardest to open, but we are going to get in there, make this happen, make this dream come true. Day 1, guys. It's time. Had a nice boomerang effect to it. Put this over here. Day 1, the first official beer of the Bitter Pops 2024 Advent calendar is from Other Half. Go with the flow, double dry hop India Pale Ale. Why not start with a double dry hop, right? Other Half here, guys. I believe they're out of New York, if I'm not mistaken. And I don't know about them except that they're in the news here in Chicago right now. Yep, out of Brooklyn. They're in the news right now because they have collaborated with a bunch of celebrities, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember which ones. But in the Bridgeport area here in Chicago, there is an old theater, the Ramova Theater, historical theater. They have teamed together, Other Half Brewery, and these and a group of celebrities. I apologize, I don't know which ones they are. But they are repurposing the theater. They're going to make an entertainment complex in the Bridgeport community. Of course, Other Half's going to put a brewery in there. I'm very excited to go try some of their other stuff once it's there. It's going to bring some entertainment, tons of jobs to the neighborhood. So you know what? Good for you guys. Other Half, welcome to Chicago. Let's try your stuff out. I haven't tried it before. Double dry hop. We've been through dry hop and what it is a million times over. It is just a process of adding more hops, particularly during second fermentation. Not necessarily adding bitterness to the beer, but you are adding that color, that aroma, that hazy quality that people are just love so much. I'm a sucker for it. So here we go. Beer 1, and that is thick. Look at that. That's a pretty beer, man. Other Half. Like I said, adding that additional hops to the secondary fermentation, just literally just dumping it in there raw, is just going to add that haziness to it, that beautiful aroma, which I'm just getting bright lemon off of it. I wonder what kind of hops are in here. I'm not going to get too crazy with this, but does it say in here? No. Oh, I'm sure it does. A hazy IPA, blah, blah, blah. No, it's a tropical fruits, lychee, lemon, of course, pineapple. There is pineapple on the nose. I'm very excited, too. This is my first sip of beer in a long time, man. All right, let's go. That's a nice, it's nice. Very dry on the for a double. And what I mean by that, a lot of times I'm expecting out of a beer like this, I'm really expecting a lot of kind of a petrol-y kind of quality, those oils, the resonating oils from the hops. And this is really crisp. Has a very milkshake kind of quality to it as far as the way it sits texturally in your mouth. Beautiful fruit. There's almost like baking spices, almost a little salinity to it. Could be my palate because of, you know, being sick, or getting over being sick. But that is a beautiful beer, guys. Well done. All right, let's go on to the next one. Oh no, I just did something really stupid, guys. But that's okay. We're gonna persevere. As you know, one take at the beer review. All right, guys. Day 2. Come on, stop making me look like a fool. I do that on my own. Second beer. We are going, this is the Two Turbid Doves. Great name. From Green Bench. They're a Florida brewery. I know that. They have a meadery, if I'm not mistaken, too. Down in Florida somewhere. St. Petersburg. Very cool. All right, another hazy. So we're going to follow a hazy with a hazy pretty much. Essentially, I mean, we've talked about hazies. We've talked about double dry hopping. You're going to get that color from double, triple, quadruple, whatever you want hopping. A lot of times in that secondary fermentation. Here's the whole point. You know, get a West Coast IPA, it's crystal clear, right? Well, that's because all the hops are added during the boiling process to give the bittering qualities, to give the flavors, to give the aromas. And as it goes into the wort and kind of goes through its secondary fermentation, cooling off, all those particles, all the proteins from the hops group together or flock together and just go down as one ball, and it makes it easy to filter out. Dry hopping, what it's going to end up doing is just keep adding raw hops into there, and these particles are just going to flake. So you're no longer cooking it. They're no longer coming together. The particles are no longer coming together. So you're stopping the flocculation process, and that allows for these proteins to spread out. It adds to the color. It's obviously going to add to the texture, that oily, resiny kind of quality to it. It's going to add to aroma a ton, flavor a ton. But you're not going to get more bittering out of it, really. That comes more from the boil. So let's take a look at this guy. Similar color. Similar beer as far as color. This one actually is a little less as far as how deep and dark. Like that first one, that other half, to go with the flow, had such a milkshakey kind of quality to it, in the sense of milkshake IPA. That's super thick, ridiculously thick, heavy beer. This is a little bit lighter. On the nose, see, I get more of like a orange peel. Ooh, kind of something green again. Getting over the respiratory thing. I might not have the perfect nose and perfect palate for this right now, but let's give it a shot. Oh, wow. Oh, that's good. Two very different beers. The first one, a lot of pineapple. I had that salinity out of that heavy texture, that beautiful lime or lemon kind of quality to it. This is orange. This has a beautiful kind of resiny, kind of piney quality to it. Definitely a different kind of... Yeah, I can't find the hops on there either. I don't know why I keep trying. But a lot more piney quality to it. A lot more of that hoppy kind of characteristic. And it's lighter on the palate. Both very good beers. Both a great example of how very similarly made beers can be so different. All right, let's do the third. I don't want this to go too long. Day 3, and we're officially caught up on the Advent calendar. What do we got? By the way, turbid. I said I like the name on the last one. Turbid. It means cloudy. It means opaque. It means suspended matter, which is just so perfect for a hazy, right? As you're suspending the hop particles in the beer. I think that's such a great name for that. I haven't seen that on one before. So what we are doing is Modest Brewing Company. Marble Rye. This is an oak-aged rye lager. I know nothing about these guys. Literally nothing. I don't even remember seeing them when I was going through the breweries. Minneapolis, great brewing community up in Minneapolis, of course led by Surly, but there's so many other pop-ups, some really cool stuff coming out of there. Some great oak barrel aging projects, which is great because it's an oak-aged dried lager. rye lager with Pilsner, pale rye, caramel rye, dark rye, laurel hops, aged in our American oak fodders. All right, so they're working with fodders here. We've talked about fodders before. Large oak barrels, not the smaller casks that we see like what you're doing in whiskey, or a lot of your local breweries will do in there. They'll rack those smaller casks, bourbon barrels and whatnot. Oak fodders are gigantic. And there's a reason for this. There's a reason why they do this. The larger format, so to speak, slows down the oxidation process in the beer. So as you're doing this, it's meant for long-term aging. So as you're doing this, slower oxidation means more exposure to the oak. You're getting more of that oak quality in the beer itself. This having marble rye, this is going to be interesting, man. After two kind of fruity, hoppy beers, going into something oak aged with marble rye malts to it. That's why I love the Advent calendar. Everything is so different. It's gonna be fun. Fun month. Busy month for Jack Sauce, but fun. Look at the beautiful color on that. Looks like a rye bread, doesn't it? Just that color. Look at that. I love it. There is definitely a bready quality to this, man. Pumpernickel. Almost a fruit. Very subtle hint of like fruit. There's burnt caramel in there. Now that's cool beer. It's actually great after those fruity, kind of big, bold hazies. This is just light, crisp, malty, caramely, toasted caramely, almost burnt to a point. The dryness and tannic structure coming out of the oak fodder, man, isn't overbearing, but you get the wood quality. It was definitely a little bit of smoke to it. It's not a smoky beer. It's not a Scottish ale. It is very light, very subtle. Man, bright notes. Caraway. This is fantastic. 3 great beers. My palate's going to get better as the month goes on. Thanks. I hope you guys are enjoying this this year, man. I'm looking forward to doing it. Please follow. Please like. Do all the things you have to do on social media. I love doing this. Cheers, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow.